In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to group rows in Google Sheets so you can clean up messy data and navigate your spreadsheets like a pro. Whether you're managing a budget, tracking a project timeline, or sorting through hundreds of rows of sales data, grouping lets you collapse and expand sections with a single click, keeping your view focused on what matters most. If you find this helpful, please like and subscribe, and let's get started. Let's begin by opening Google Sheets. If you're working on a brand new spreadsheet for the first time, or you've got a massive workbook open that's already bursting at the seams, the process is exactly the same. I'm going to walk you through my personal process so you get the best results every time, starting from the ground up. The first thing you need to understand is that grouping is not the same as hiding rows manually. When you hide rows, you're essentially removing them from view until you unhide them, and it can be tricky to remember where they went. Grouping, on the other hand, creates a neat collapsible bracket that you can toggle open and closed whenever you need it. It's a much more elegant and user-friendly way to organize your data, especially when you're sharing the sheet with others. So, step 1 is to select the rows you want to group. Look over to the far left side of your screen where you'll see the row numbers, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Click and hold on the first row number in the range you want to group. Then drag your mouse down through all the rows you want to include. You'll notice that as you drag, the entire row highlights in a light blue or grey shade, depending on your theme. This is your visual confirmation that you've selected exactly the right range. A common pitfall here is accidentally selecting an extra row or missing one at the bottom. Double check your selection by looking at the row numbers. They should all be highlighted with a slightly darker background. Once you're confident, let go of the mouse button. Now, with those rows still highlighted, right-click anywhere on the highlighted row numbers. This brings up a context menu with several options. Look for the option that says Group Rows XY, where X and Y are the numbers of the first and last row you selected. It might also simply say Group Rows followed by the range. Click that option. That's it. You've just created your first group. Immediately, you'll see a vertical grey bracket appear to the left of your row numbers, spanning the exact range you selected. At the top of that bracket, you'll see a small minus icon. This is your collapse button. Click that minus sign, and all of those rows will neatly tuck away, leaving only the rows above and below visible. The bracket will still be there, but now it shows a plus icon. Click that plus sign, and your rows expand back into view. This toggle is incredibly satisfying when you're working with long spreadsheets, because you can instantly hide away details and only show summaries. But what if you prefer using the menu bar instead of the right-click method? That's perfectly fine, and it's actually a great alternative if you're already navigating through the top of the screen. Start by selecting your rows the same way. Click and drag on the row numbers. Then, look up at the menu bar and click on Data. A drop-down menu will appear. Hover your cursor over rows and columns, and a submenu will slide out. From that submenu, click Group Rows. It will perform the exact same action as the right-click method, creating that same grey bracket and toggle buttons. The only difference is the path you took to get there. I personally use the right-click method because it's faster, but the menu bar is perfect if you're a keyboard-driven user, or if you prefer to see all your data-related options in one place. Now, let's talk about a few best practices that will make your grouping even more powerful. First, think about the structure of your data before you group. It's usually best to group the detail rows beneath a header or a summary row. For example, if you have monthly sales data for January, February, and March, you might want to group those 3 months together, leaving the total row or the quarter header visible. That way, when you collapse the group, you see the big picture, and when you expand it, you see the breakdown. Another tip. You can create multiple groups within the same sheet. Each group gets its own bracket, and they can even be nested inside one another. For instance, you could group each month's daily data and then group all 3 months together. That gives you a 2-level hierarchy of expand and collapse options. Just be careful not to overlap groups unintentionally. If 2 groups try to share the same rows, Google Sheets may merge them or create a warning. One pitfall to watch out for is accidentally grouping entire rows when you meant to group only a subset. Always double-check your row numbers before you right-click. It's easy to grab row 5 through 10 when you actually wanted 6 through 10. If you make a mistake, don't panic. To ungroup rows, right-click on the group bracket and select Ungroup Rows. You can also go to Data, Rows and Columns, Ungroup Rows from the menu. And if you ever want to remove all groups at once and start fresh, you can select all your data, then go to Data, Rows and Columns, ungroup all rows. That's a quick reset that gives you a clean slate. You've now successfully learned how to group rows in Google Sheets, and you've seen both the right-click and the menu bar methods. This simple technique will save you a ton of scrolling time and make your spreadsheets much more polished and professional. As a next step, I recommend trying to group columns using the same logic. Just right-click on column letters instead of row numbers. And if you ever need a refresher, save this video or bookmark this tutorial so you can come back anytime. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you in the next one.